Oh, I did not update my progress text. Got to do that real quick. Got to get that updated because today, oh boy, we're close. Very close. 300 words away from hitting the word goal. The big word goal. Slides, hey, welcome in, buddy. Good morning. Good to see ya. Interesting, I can wave at viewers, huh? Sloyds, I waved at you. I never noticed that option before. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Happy bright early Thursday. All right. We're pretty darn close today, huh? Melissa Lee, welcome in. Good to see ya. How y'all been doing? Do you have a good, I don't know, how long would it be? Like 18 hours since last we were here? Good morning, good morning. Oh, you thought you had to go to work early today, Sledge, but you don't. Hey, rock on. Hey, well, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you choose to spend that free time with me. I appreciate that. It's good to have you, as always. How y'all doing? You got the weekend coming up, man. Staring it down. You get a few sprints in with me? All right. That's what I want to hear. Hey, we're going to hit that novella goal on the first sprint, pretty much. Maybe in 2 sprints. At least that'll be word count wise. We'll hit it. I think it's going to take a little bit more than 20k words to properly finish it off, but y'all, we're so close. It's kind of crazy. I can't believe we're actually like finishing it. But hey, here we are, back at it again, and whew, those words are coming. We actually didn't hit our word goal yesterday for the first time in weeks, but that was because chat was just going nuts, y'all. It was crazy. But no, Sloids, Melissa, anything you're looking forward to this weekend? Got some exciting stuff ahead. Raffy, hey, what's up? I didn't see you slip in, Raffy. You came in the back door again. How you doing, buddy? Happy Thursday to you. Megan Harding, welcome in. Good to see you. Good morning. Y'all, I was looking at some stats that TikTok was giving me about, who's been here the longest and whatnot, and y'all have been here since pretty much day one, consistently. So that's nuts. Thank you very much. Sloyd, that sounds rough, dude. I hope you can find all the time you need to get those words in, because you should be able to do what you want on the weekend. You gotta rest, recuperate, get back into it. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing this weekend. I haven't thought about it. Sleeping a lot, maybe. My workout yesterday just wrecked me. I was so tired afterwards. Bert, hey, good morning, dude. How you doing? Megan, you said I work tomorrow, so I'm going to miss the maps. No, Megan, that's brutal. Hey, it'll be on YouTube, though. Let's see what we typed in there. Just go to youtube.com/@authoralexknight. You'll be able to watch the live there once it's done. So it'll sorry you can't be here for it live. That's sad. It'll be a shame. But hey, you'll be able to watch the replay. It'll be something. Raffy, where was your comment? There it is. Horrible dream last night, but I'm awake enough for the sprints today. Hey, awake enough is good enough for this stream. I'm sorry about the dream though. That's rough. What happened? Zozo off the Zaza. What's up, man? Good to see you again. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Connor said, what did you work out? Connor, it was a full body workout yesterday. So we did, I go to the park with a friend, and we use all the pull-up bars and whatnot there to hit full body. Pull-ups, chest presses, planks, step-ups, reverse hyperextensions. We go through a full routine. The heat's coming back, and it's getting real hard again. Winter is so nice for working out outside, and then when the summer heat gets here, it starts taking us like 2 hours to get through the routine because it's just brutal. Zozo said, so about the writer's block, it's fixed. Thank you so much for the help. Oh, that's dude, awesome. Let's go. I'm super excited to hear that. Congratulations. Hey, ride the wave, right? Welcome back to the game. I'm glad to hear it's fixed. We'll be getting some sprints in today, and we're gonna hit that word goal. And not just a daily word goal, y'all. We're staring down the full novella goal. So let's go. That's exciting. I kind of don't even know what to think about that. But you know, when I look back on it, we're tearing through this novella. We're 300 words away, so we're gonna not just hit the goal. I think we're 300 words away from the projected end of the novella. I'm in the last chapter of it, so realistically, we're gonna go past that goal by about 1,000 words, maybe. But that's okay. That's how it goes. Editing will tone that down a little bit, and if we do end up past the word goal, hey, that's just more content for people that are reading it. Just means a longer story. Oh, Raffy. Hey, gotcha. Well, sorry it was a rough one, but glad to have you here anyway, and hoping for a better one tonight. Well, y'all, thanks for being here. Super exciting. We're off to a solid start. Thanks for popping in, everyone. If you're new here, what we do, this is our little cozy corner of the internet to kick off the day, trying to start with some good vibes for everybody. We're going to do writing sprints. I'll put 5 minutes on the clock, and I'll be working on my novella live on stream. I encourage y'all to write along with me or do anything creative for those 5 minutes. At the end of it, we'll circle back, talk about how everybody did. And then I'll do Q&A about writing, books, publishing, author life. Any questions y'all got, let me know. We'll talk about it. Zozo, we love the internet cozy corner. Well, I love that y'all come hang out here with me. It'd be an empty corner without you, so thank you. Pull up a beanbag and hang out. I appreciate it. Beef said, hi, your voice and demeanor is very soothing. You could also voice your book on tape and I'd buy it. Well, thank you, Beef. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. And, hey, welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. I don't know if I could do audiobooks. It'd be a fun experiment, I guess. That'd be interesting. Maybe, if I do my own audiobooks, do I get the cut of the audio sales? Like a double dip? I get the author cut and the narrator cut? Maybe you could convince me to do it then. Though I will mention, Beef, I've had some very talented audio narrators for my books, and I greatly appreciate what they've done. So these are all my book ones. They're on Amazon and my website, authoralexknight.com, and they're an audiobook as well. So big shout out to my narrators. Sounds like an infinite money glitch. I think so. Beef. Hey, thanks for being here, though. I hope your Thursday is off to a good start. Oh boy, y'all, we gotta wake up. Are we? I love that wrecks my green screen. It makes me laugh every time. Gotta wake those hands up, though. How about a word sprint? Should we get into it? Just kick it right off. Y'all ready to sprint along, Raffy? You got that Word document open? Megan, Melissa, you can be joining me. Sloyd, you mentioned you're ready to go for it today. So, y'all, if you're going to be word sprinting along with me, open that Word doc or grab your pen, turn to a blank page. And, hey, we got 5 minutes on the clock. Bert, let's go. You're ready to go. Yeah, Aiden, almost 20K. That's the target. You know, it's kind of like what I projected the novella would take. We'll probably go a little bit beyond it, but y'all, that's a big achievement today. We're basically done. I mean, I think today's going to be the last day we're streaming Thief of Honor. Actually, that works out really well, too. I didn't think about it. We wrap up Thief of Honor today, and then on Friday, y'all know what's coming on Friday. We're doing our fantasy map making live stream. Gonna do a little special stream tomorrow. Celebrate a little bit. Call it a victory lap after finishing this project we've been working on for a couple weeks. So yeah, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna figure it out, but we're gonna try to make a map on stream. Hey Seth, good morning to you. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. How you doing this fine day? Bert, ready to go? Sloyd, you're already writing? Yeah, Seth, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. Come on in. If you do miss it, folks, we're on YouTube as well, so you can watch the replay back. YouTube.com/@author Alex Knight. You can get me there, and you could watch the replay if you missed the stream live. Paul, good morning, buddy. Good to see you. How you doing? You and your excellent beard. Mason Craven says that book cover reminds me of The Ranger's Apprentice. Oh, does it? Interesting. Let me pull that up real quick. And take a look at this. Interesting. I feel like I knew the name. I feel like that book was ringing bells, but it looks like I haven't actually seen it. Cool stuff, though. Cool stuff. Hey, glad you like it. Bert says I'll have to work tomorrow. I was looking forward to that replay. Workshops are wonderful. Hey, yeah, I'm glad I'll be able to have it up there for you, Bert. I want folks to. I realize this is kind of a weird time for everybody to tune in, so I appreciate you if you're here. But yeah, we got those replays on YouTube. So if you ever miss it, please go check it out. Paul says I was reading The Far Wild and realized it was time for stream. Paul, you're having a very Alex Knight-centric morning, huh? Reading my book and then also jumping into the stream. Aiden, yes, writing is my full-time job. I am very lucky to be able to do it full-time. It's always a little shaky, you know. Authoring is not the most stable job in the world, but for the foreseeable future, we're doing it full-time. And I'm very, very lucky to be able to do that. I appreciate it every day. Yeah, so hey guys, if you're new around here, we're going to do a 5-minute writing sprint. I'm going to work on my next book on stream, and I invite y'all to come along with me. If you got something you want to write, something you want to create, please, for the next 5 minutes, let's do it. And at the end, we'll circle back around, and I'll take questions about publishing, writing, author life, anything you want to talk about, you let me know. I'll answer Zozo's question real quick, and then we'll do the writing sprint. So Zozo said, how did you start out with your writing career? Like, what was the process? Zozo, I actually was, I left my full-time job to do freelance writing for companies. I was just writing marketing copy, website copy, stuff like that. And I managed to swing that into doing ghostwriting for publishers, mostly romance novellas, stuff like that. And I did that long enough that I started getting ghostwriting jobs for full books. Mostly romance still, but did a little bit of sci-fi fantasy, and then got a lot of practice and just kind of started writing my own stuff and submitting it to publishers and self-publishing it. And I don't know, kind of step by step, we built our way here. It's been a fun journey, though. It's been a fun journey. Thank you for asking. And y'all, thanks for being here. Let's get some words on page. That timer is running, so for the next 5 minutes, I'll be writing my next book. And I encourage y'all to write along with me. And Melissa, thank you for kicking it off with a Tiny Diny. I tried to get my Tiny Diny cam back, so maybe we got the T-Rex arms going on again. I hope so. I'm trying to recreate that magic. All right, let's see. Oh, we got to sit up straight if we're going to be writing, right? Whew, shake those fingers out. Get the blood pumping. Kind of looks like Cyrax, says cube cloud emoji. I don't know who that is, but that must be a good looking guy, huh? Hey, at least you didn't mention Andrew Tate. I get a lot of that, and that one I don't love. The Asmongold references are the one I agree with most. Just shave Asmongold and we're there, right? Now, if only I had his following. Nah, thanks for being here, dude. Happy Thursday to you. Aiden, I don't know my words per minute. I have a lot of typos, so I don't do good on like word per minute tests, but I write about 1,000 words an hour when I'm not on stream. So I guess whatever you extrapolate that down to, it's not an impressive number, but there's a lot of thinking involved in there and whatnot. I do about 2,400 words a day. That's my goal every day. Big Ted, thank you for following, man. I appreciate that. Happy Thursday to you, and welcome in. Glad you're here. Witty? I was just saying people say that all the time. Before that, it was Asmongold. I'd rather go back to the Asmongold references. My favorite was like Asmonbronze, Asmonsilver. Now, thanks for being here, Witty. Glad to see you. Big Ted, I'm doing great, man. I'm rocking and rolling. We're kicking off to a good start. We're going to do a writing sprint here and get some words on page. So thanks for asking. How about you? How you doing on this fine Thursday? Head to an alpaca farm today, Ted. That's nuts, man. That should be very fun. That should be very fun. Hey, enjoy that. That's a cool Thursday. I'm kind of jealous. Oh, I don't know if I'd have high intelligence, Witty. We'll just say, we'll stick with sense of humor. I appreciate that. That's kind of you to say. Look, I main paladin, so we need that charisma and wisdom more than that high INT. Appreciate the follow, Witty. Very kind of you. Glad to have you here, man. All right, let's check that timer. We got 40 seconds left. Okay, let's dial down, focus in, get some words on the last 30 seconds here. All right, there we go. Got a little sprint there at the end to get a respectable word count. Y'all, if you were writing along with me, let me know how it went. Drop your word count or what progress you made. If you were editing, writing, plotting, or brainstorming, let me know. Tanaka Chibi, hey, thank you for following. I appreciate that. How you doing this Thursday? How's your day starting off? We're glad you're here. JR, good to see you. Hey, good morning, and congrats on the progress with Split View. That's super cool. I'm really happy for you. It does sound like a fascinating concept. Rafi, you got a formidable 55 words on that sprint. I like that description. I like that. It's not just 55 words. It's a formidable 55. I dig it. I got 147, so we'll take that. Hey, you know what? I'm going to follow Rafi's example, and we're going to say an adventurous 147. Let's gas up the word count, huh? They deserve praise, too. JR, you were shocked about the response. Hey, no, that's awesome, though. You got a good, compelling concept. You got a cool-looking cover. You're in a hot genre, so that's three nice check marks right there. So rock on, ride that wave, and keep it going. Proud of you. Rafi, adventurous. Indeed. Maybe we should try that. It's not just the word count's not just a number, right? The word count is it's an achievement. We got to celebrate it. Oh, you're liking Vellum, JR. Hey, rock on. I'm glad to hear it. Um, I'm glad it's worked for you. It's really easy to use, right? Super, super easy, kind of fun. Um, y'all, if you don't know what we're talking about, Vellum, I'll put it in chat, is a book formatting software. Super easy to use, ton of fun. Um, Great for formatting your books. I used to pay folks to format my books for me, and it was decently costly. Vellum completely removes that. You can just do it yourself. It's super easy to do, and it's just on Mac. So if you're on Windows, um, Atticus is an equivalent. Pretty much the same. Really good. Rafi asked, "What do you do when you have trouble describing something? Like you can visualize it but just not articulate." Hey, great question, Rafi. I guess I kind of talk around it. I'll write like I'll kind of like step aside from the word count for a minute and just write a continuous description of the thing, um, until I kind of land on a description that I like, and then I'll strip away, most of all of that description because it was just kind of exploratory writing. I'll strip it away down to something a little more focused and just pick the best details out of it. If that doesn't work, then I'll just underline it, and be like, hey, come back to this later, because sometimes you just can't get the words in the moment, and you really just got to come back to it a little bit later on. But yeah, give it a try. Let me know how it works. I think another thing to keep in mind too is describing, something that's being seen in a scene. My internal editor does not like the word echo there of seen and seen twice in the same sentence. If you're describing, an object in the scene, it's not just about the physical description, but the description is affected by how the character viewing it feels about that thing. So you can move beyond just the physical, like, he wore a red shirt and had a beard, and say, you can color it with a description of how you feel about that person. 479 Paxton, hey, welcome in, buddy. Happy Thursday. How you doing? You said, so I'm trying to write a book in 20 days. I see how you got there with the math. Yeah, kinda. We're doing this book right here, Thief of Honor. It is a prequel novella to one of my other books, a gritty fantasy, kind of a heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in. I don't know how many days it's taken us. Probably, yeah, about 20 days. But it is a prequel to Servant of Rage here on the top left. They kind of go together, and when Thief of Honor's done, we're going to put it out there for free, so y'all can see what I've been working on. Hey, thanks for being here, folks. Cesar Bob Hernandez, thanks for following. I appreciate that. Super cool of you. How you doing on this Thursday? Glad to have you here, buddy. Folks, if you don't know me, I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing since 2018, and these are my book ones. You can find them on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and audiobook, or on my website, authoralexknight.com. If you got any questions about them, any covers catch your eyes, please let me know. I can talk about them. But otherwise, I'm seeing a ton of good questions in chat here, so thank you, folks. Let me see what I'm missing. Paul, you had a question. One thing I've been curious about, I noticed total word count goal is 20K. Is that arbitrary? Paul, that is, oh, wait, there's a part two you said. Is that an arbitrary amount, or do you plan books based on how many words? Paul, there is an accepted range you would stay within for books. And since this one's a novella, I'm targeting about 20,000 words for it. For books, they're typically about 100,000. So today's the last day of writing the novella. We're going to go back to a full book to Monday. And that's going to jump to about 100,000 words, because that's my target for a full novel. It's not necessarily I guess this one's a little more of an arbitrary number that I picked. But for the full books, there's an expected length they should be. So I'm keeping it within that range. Aiden says, "What's your favorite perspective to write in?" Aiden, I really like third person point of view, close, so stuck within one person's head. But I recently wrote my book coming out here on May 27th, Wriggly Little Hands, is a third person omniscient POV because it's a comedy, so it kind of jumps head to head at times, and I've really enjoyed that. I found that very fun. Sleepy says, "Go read Servant of Rage, people. It's fun." Hey, thank you, Sleepy. I appreciate that. Sleepy's talking about my gritty fantasy up here on the top left, Servant of Rage, launched a couple weeks back. Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball Z fight scenes, a Highlander magic system, all in a Genghis Khan inspired world. It's pretty fun. I dig it. I hope you dig it too if you pick it up. Raffy said I heard nothing you said because my TikTok decided to unalive. I'm sorry, Raffy. Welcome back, though. If you had asked a question and you missed my answer, please ask it again. Maxwell said, are you self-published? Hey, thank you for asking, Maxwell, and thanks for being here. I am self-published and small press published, so kind of between the two. We bounce around. I've played with trad publishing a bit too, so kind of a true hybrid. Thanks for asking and thanks for being here. Destroyin' Dan. That's a fun name. Destroyin' Dan. I'm finishing the Aragon series right now. Dude, sick. That's a fun series. I was kind of thinking about rereading it because mad nostalgia for that series. It's a lot of fun. How are you enjoying it? Is it your first time reading it? Laceless12, where do you find cover illustrators? Hey, great question, Laceless. I kind of have a Rolodex of artists that do the covers that I've worked with in the past, or my friends, my fellow co-authors have done. So I kind of keep that in mind. But honestly, ArtStation. Go to artstation.com and look at folks publishing their art there. That's the best way to find them, in my opinion. Aiden asked who makes my covers. Aiden, they are done by different artists. Servant of Rage, my newest release, was done by Ivan Vujovic. Super cool dude, love his work. Wriggly Little Hands is done by Ivan Shavrin, another great artist, more of a comic book style. I really love what he does. The Far Wild was done by Victor Toth. And then I'd have to rack my brain for the 3 covers on the bottom because they're a little bit older, and I don't have the artists off the top of my head. But I always credit them right on the first title page. So if you go to the title page of my books, it'll tell you who did the art. Hey, Tommy boy, welcome in, buddy. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing? Glad to see you again. When we get new music from you, man, I'm ready for it. I know you're working on that new album. I'm excited. Dan Dolph says, Destroyin' Dan, we should join forces. The Dans, you can't stop them. Dan Dolph and Destroyin' Dan. Common Fun asked, do I use Amazon? Yes, Common, all those books are available on Amazon, in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Feel free to give them a look. I appreciate it. Captain Herbie, are you on Kindle? I am, my friend. All those books are in Kindle Unlimited, so you can pick them up there if you're interested. Destroyin' Dan, I love the details Chris puts in his books. Sad that the movie was awful. Oh, Destroyin' Dan, my wife and I just got reminded of the Aragon movie recently. Yeah, that one. Ooh, that one hurts, huh? I'm so sad it went poorly. But yes, Paolini is an incredible author. I really have fun reading his stuff. Hey, thanks for following, y'all. Captain Herbie and Destroyin' Dan, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Y'all, if you're new around here, we do this every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. It's kind of just our cozy corner of the internet, just trying to start the day off with good vibes and a little bit of writing. Yeah, we do Q&A like we're doing now, where I answer y'all's questions about books, reading, writing, publishing, all that good stuff. And then we also do writing sprints, where I put 5 minutes on the clock and I work on my next book live on stream, and I invite y'all to write along with me. The book that we're finishing up today is this novella, Thief of Honor. It's a gritty fantasy, a heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in, and I'm going to throw it out there for free once it's done. So y'all keep an eye out. We're going to be giving this one away pretty soon. Hey, thanks for being here with me, though. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Let's queue up another writing sprint here. We're going to get to that in about 2 minutes. So y'all, if you're writing along with me, open that Word doc or pick up a pen, turn to a blank page, and hey, let's get some words on page. Rise said, I'm trying to pick up a cheap Chromebook on Facebook to start writing. Hey, Rise, I personally would advocate against a Chromebook because they function best when online. So it's hard to write on them when not connected to the internet. Not an issue if you're always writing at home, but it kind of defeats the purpose of a laptop if you can't take it with you and write when you don't have internet. That's just been my experience with them. But really, man, the thing that's best for writing is what works best for you. Whatever you can write on consistently. If that's pen and paper, if that's typewriter, I got a typewriter I use sometimes. It's kind of a nice experience. Just a cheap laptop or an iPad, whatever it is, rock on. I personally don't like the needing to be online for a Chromebook and needing to use Google products specifically. And I say that even as someone who writes almost exclusively in Google Docs these days. Tommy Boy said, the album's coming along. This might be a silly question. I don't know how it works, but any of your books have audio versions? No, it's not silly at all, Tommy. Yeah, all of my books have audiobooks. So they're all on Audible. If you put the titles in, you can find them there, or if you just go to Amazon, there'll be an option to get the audiobook. So yeah, we do have audiobook versions, Tommy, and some of them even have little like theme songs at the beginning that play as the credits get read. Kind of a fun little detail. Um, Megan, yeah, I feel you. I kind of agree with you there. Destroy and Dan said, if you want a really good book, Ted Kosmatsky, The Games. I'm going to add you to my Audible. Hey, thank you. I'll write that down. I'll look into it. Ted Kosmatsky, The Games. Sick. Appreciate the book rec, man. All right, y'all. Let's get to another writing sprint, huh? We got to get these words on page. Rise, I'm not sure if they have a writing app you can use offline. They might. My wife grabbed a Chromebook for kind of for writing on the go like that, and we've just had nothing but a bad time with it. If you do get one, I hope it works out better for you. Hey, no, Destroying Dan, you said I'm a truck driver, so that's what I'm audiobooks are what I'm allowed to read. It's what I have time to read. I know it's cheating. Nah, Dan, it ain't cheating. Audiobooks absolutely count. Absolutely. I say that's reading. You're enjoying the story. You're coming along on the adventure. That's good enough in my land. Dan Dolph says a cheap laptop and a free word processor from the portable app site. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I agree. All right, last question here before we get to the writing sprint. Just a user 9876 says, is there a market for serial science fiction, releasing a chapter of a space opera once a week or so? Just a user, check out Royal Road. I'll put it in chat here. Royal Road and Wattpad. Both of those are websites that cater to serial fiction. People post their chapters for free on a chapter-by-chapter basis and write stories on there. The Royal Road is dominated by lit RPG and progression fantasy right now, but there's a little bit of science fiction on there. There's room for it. So yeah, that's a good place to start. I know there's more websites out there like that, but those are good places to look into because there's definitely a market for that. So good luck. And if you got any more questions about it, please let me know. I'll try to help you out. J.R. Stewart, yes, J.R. Ask me that again when I finish the writing sprint, and we'll talk about it. Destroyin', I write on Google Docs and save all my stuff in Google Drive. I have a MacBook and a PC, so I like to be able to switch between them pretty quickly, and Google Docs does a good job with that. All right, y'all. Hey, if you're new here, welcome in. Glad to have you. Happy Thursday. What we're going to do now is we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to work on my next book live on stream. That's this one right here, Thief of Honor. It's a gritty fantasy heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in. I'm going to be writing this one. Y'all, if there's anything you need to write, anything you're working on, anything you're creating, we got a lot of artists that hang out around here and make art. Anything like that, please, for these next 5 minutes, let's do it together. I'm going to start the timer here, and y'all, good luck. Let's create together for a little bit. And at the end, we'll circle back. We'll do more Q&A. And JR, please ask that question again because I'd love to talk about it. All right, y'all. Timer's ticking. Let's get some words on page. AJ, you're doing taxes? Hey, that counts. That's we'll allow it. That's special consideration for taxes because you got to get that one done. Oh, I need to reference a character name here, and I don't have it on hand. Let me grab that. There it is. Got it in one of my notes documents. All right, let's check that timer. 3 minutes left. Okay, we got plenty of time here. Let's keep these words flowing, y'all. Derek. Yeah, should I say it? Should I say it, Derek? First period, my dude. First period. Happy Thursday to you. Good to see you. Welcome in. All right. Let's see. Where am I going next? I wrote that bullet point. On we go. All right, time check. 35 seconds. Whew, when did that happen? Thought I had like a minute and a half left. All right, we'll wrap up this sprint. All right, we'll call it there. Let's see. Yep, time 7 seconds. Okay, y'all, if you're sprinting, go ahead and finish it up, and let me know how it went. What's your word count from that sprint? What did I start on? I need to grab that number so we know how much I added. I think it was right around here. I think we added about 200 words on that sprint. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. There we go. We're waking up. Waking up. Y'all, if you sprinted along with me, hey, let me know how it went. Dan, you're loving the live. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Oh, wow. Thank you, Marginal. Marginal, hey, good morning to you, and thank you for the gift. Starting it off strong. I appreciate that. Good to see you again. Dan says, I don't know if I could write. I think indecision would be my worst enemy. Hey, Dan, it's all good. That's kind of what the idea of these word sprints is, though. You just put those 5 minutes on the clock, and you just, during those 5 minutes, you don't doubt yourself. Don't worry about it. You just write right through. And then at the end, we edit it up. We clean it up, make it better. But you can't edit something you haven't written, right? So that's kind of the logic behind the word sprints. Good questions in chat here, folks. I'll get to them. Thank you very much for asking. TJ, the book is called Thief of Honor. It's actually a prequel novella. It's a gritty fantasy heist story with magic sprinkled in. And it's a prequel to Servant of Rage here on the top left, which I released a couple weeks back. So I'll throw Thief of Honor out there for free once it's done. And hey, if y'all like it, there's a lot more of that where that came from in Servant of Rage. Thanks for asking, TJ, and thanks for being here. Marginal, you said, can you talk a bit about your reference document? Is it a separate document or like built into your chapter doc? Marginal, yeah, it's a different document, kind of a notes document that I threw together. Just got I have several of them actually. I have one for character names and descriptions, so I can quickly reference what everybody looks like, their personality, and then their names, any titles they have. Then I have another one for places. Invented creatures for each story. Basically anything I need to reference. I have a characters document, places document, the beastery as I call it, for creatures, stuff like that, and I just kind of keep them all in a notes folder. JR, hey, thanks for your question. Thank you for asking again, by the way. Appreciate you getting me on the other side of the writing sprint. Said, how do you get your books to be audiobooks? I have no idea where to start. JR, so you would want to, two paths. You want to either query audio publishing companies, like I highly recommend Sound Booth Theater. I'm a huge fan of them, but Sound Booth Theater is one. Podium Publishing is another one. Audible, obviously. You can reach out to them and query your book, and like you send them like the first 3 chapters and kind of the concept of it, maybe a link to where the book is live, and if they see potential in it, they might want to work with you. They might purchase the audio rights, purchase the right to produce an audiobook of it, and then split royalties with you. If you want to go a bit more smaller scale, there's a website called acx.com. I'll drop that in chat. And ACX is a website where you can audition narrators that are a bit more earlier in their career, starting out, and you can agree to work with them either by paying them to make an audiobook for you, or some of them will work for free, air quotes, and then you just do a bigger split of royalty share, so they would get more royalties because you're not paying them up front. That's a good place to start with audiobooks. I hope that helps. TJ, are my books on Audible? I'm on Thorn of Glass? I'm not sure which it is right now. I think that's probably from a Kotar, right? I'm looking it up. No, that's a Sarah J. Maas book. Ah, okay. That I knew the name was triggering that genre in my head. Hey, I hope you're enjoying it. And TJ, yes, my books are on Audible. Throne of Glass, cool. I don't read that genre too much, so I was like, I know the title, I know I'm close. Yeah, they're on Audible. The Servant of Rage, particularly, we somehow we pulled in Tim Gerard Reynolds to do the audiobook. You might recognize him for narrating the Red Rising series, along with literally hundreds of other audiobooks. Dude is insane. He did such a good job. So yeah, they're all on Audible. If any of them catch your eye, please check them out. If you got any questions, let me know. I appreciate that, TJ. The top row is all fantasy, so if fantasy's your speed, which with Throne of Glass it feels like it might be, give them a look. I think I missed another question, though. Sleepy, when doing something like Kindle Unlimited, is that your decision or your publisher / Amazon? Sleepy, good question. Kindle Unlimited, if I self-publish, then it's fully my decision on if I want to be in the KU program or not. Joker, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing today? Thanks for being here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. To your question, if it's self-published, then I fully decide if it goes on KU or whatnot. Which it's often best, in my experience, to be on Kindle Unlimited. If you're not there, you're probably going to want to do a different publishing strategy where you go like really wide and you hit a bunch of retail websites. If I publish with a publisher, then yeah, I suppose it is their decision if we go on KU or not. That being said, every publisher I've worked with has talked with me about it. It's been kind of a mutual decision. So I think technically they have the right to just put it in KU if they want, but it's always been something we've discussed as a team. So yeah, good question though. Appreciate that. JR says, what was the name of the company to query? I have the memory of a goldfish. Oh, you're good. You're good, JR. The ones that I shouted out were Sound Booth Theater, Podium Publishing. So those two. Those are two good ones that I've worked with. There's a lot more audio companies out there, but those are two that I've worked with and had a very good time. Good Book Addict. Hey, thank you for following. Thanks for being here, and happy Thursday to you. How you doing today? You staring down that weekend, ready to get to it? Leisha said, did you finish the novella? No, I haven't, Leisha, but if I update the word count, Y'all, this is gonna be kind of wild. We are at 20K. I've added 357 words, and we started the day at 19,700. So we are at 20K. So word goal wise, y'all, we did it. We hit that. So round of applause, everybody. It's been a long time coming, but we got there. Progress wise, I'm on the last chapter of the novella. So I'm moving through the climax right now. And we'll finish it today, for sure. So yeah, y'all, long time coming, but we're getting there. You know what? We're gonna do a little early celebration here, real quick. I think this is my typical word goal celebration. But you know what? I kind of I kind of had the idea. I just kind of want to spam this real quick because we got to celebrate. We've hit the 20,000 words that we've been looking for. So hey, I appreciate that. Thank y'all for being here with me on it. But we got one more chapter to write, so I'm gonna keep pushing through on it for today, and then tomorrow, y'all, as I've been advertising, we're gonna be doing our map making stream Friday, our little celebration. Have a little bit of fun with it. Seeker, hey buddy, welcome in. You said you got to run, but you wanted to come in and say hi, and now congrats. See you tomorrow probably. Well, thank you, Seeker. I appreciate that. Good to see you, man. I hope you have a good Thursday, and hope to see you tomorrow. There was a comment that I missed. Oh, TJ, just bought Servant of Rage on Audible. Hey, thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy it. It's very different from Throne of Glass, but it is very fantasy. So I hope you have a good time with it. Let me know what you think. And thanks for hanging out, TJ. Appreciate you being here. Oh, and you just followed. Well, thank you, TJ. It's nice to meet you. You're reading Throne of Glass right now? What's your favorite book? What have you been reading lately that you're really jiving with? I love the firework emojis in chats. Appreciate that, y'all. We'll go back there real quick because we got to celebrate another minute. We got to celebrate the word goal for the big one, right? We haven't hit today's word goal, but we've hit the novella word goal, so I'll take that. Also, a big shout out to chat member Kookie, who made this word goal animation for me just out of the kindness of her heart. She just went ahead and made this and sent it to me, and she's like, "Here you go. We got the fireworks you were looking for." So, Kookie, thank you very much. And all right, we'll turn that off for now, but we'll come back to it a bit later in the day. Chat, hey, I appreciate all the comments. Y'all are popping off here. We're having a good time. Mitch, hey, welcome in. You said I get stressed just sketching a map. Interesting. I find it very fun. I like it's like a video game to me. But I'm sorry to hear it's stressful for you. But hey, Mitch, tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 to 9 a.m. Central, and we'll make some maps on stream live. Maybe that'll help. I use a program called Incarnate for it, and it feels like a video game. Super fun. Maybe that can help you have some fun with it. Hey, thank you, Paul. I appreciate the congrats. Spork, hey, happy Thursday. I appreciate that. Appreciate the congrats. Y'all are making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You have to get back to the mines soon. You mean the word mines, Spork? Because I'll be joining you in there. There's always more words to write. Got to wring them out somehow, right? Oh, Paul, thank you for re-asking that question. Y'all, if I ever miss a question, please re-ask it because I definitely want to answer it. Gianni Bear, I am writing, where is it? I just scrolled past it. Thief of Honor, right here. It is a prequel novella to one of my other books, and it's a gritty fantasy heist story with some magic sprinkled in. And it's a prequel to Servant of Rage here on the top left, which I released a couple weeks back. And then, sorry, Paul, you re-asked your question. Thank you for re-asking it, because y'all, again, if I miss a question, please ask me again. I just missed it in chat. Paul asked, what was your inspiration for Senecio? Y'all, Senecio is the character here on the top right in the cover of The Far Wild. One of my favorite characters of all time that I've written. He's described as the Empire's most beloved adventurer, or perhaps its most successful con man. And I'll leave that up to you to decide what he is. Paul, the inspiration for him was straight up. I just ripped it right out of Joe Abercrombie's works. He is a character that I absolutely adore named Nakoma Casca. And he is a mercenary commander and con man. A little more savage than Senecio, a little more cutthroat, but it was really my first introduction to writing a character that was just like, you never know, like, they accomplish great deeds, but also they, like, gas themselves up all the time, so you never know if as good as they say they are. They've actually done everything they said they did. And I just love that that he's an unreliable narrator, right? But he's also like legitimately a cool dude that has accomplishments. So he just kind of exists in between. Yeah, he's got Bard vibes, Paul. Absolutely. That's exactly kind of what I was going with. Ambition Publishing, you're 172,000 words into your rewrite. Yo, rock on. That's a long book there. Are you writing in like lit RPG or progression fantasy? That's feels like a word length more typical of those, or maybe just a big epic fantasy. Either way, congrats and rock on. Keep it rolling. Tell us about it. What is it? TJ said my wife got me into the series and I like it a lot. But my reading preferences are all over. But you prefer fantasy. Hey, rock on, TJ. I'm right there with you. For reading preferences all over, but fantasy is the home, right? Fantasy is what you come back to all the time. That's super fun, though. I'm glad you're having fun with it and reading a book that your wife enjoyed, because now you'll get to talk about it. That's cool. Snow, how's it going? Happy Thursday. Good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How you been? I hope your yesterday went well, and you got anything exciting you're looking forward to on this coming weekend? Sloyds, oh, you said it makes you want to read The Far Wild even more because you love Nakomo. Yeah, rock on. Nakomo lovers unite. Such a good character. Yeah, Sloyds, you'll see a lot of Nakoma Casca in that in Senecio for sure. J.R. Stewart said, I wanted to ask if you have a favorite book you wrote. I have a whole catalog of unpublished. I'm assuming you're finishing that with favorite books that you've written. Favorite book that I've written. JR, it's definitely Wriggly Little Hands here on the top middle. But it's not out yet. It launches May 27th. So I'd love to have y'all experience it, but we're not quite to the launch date. So it's a little rude to answer favorite book that I've written with one that y'all can't check out. So I'm going to say it's got to be Servant of Rage or The Far Wild. Top left or top right. They're both very different. Servant of Rage is like heavy action scenes, like really dramatic fights, and then these like deeply personal, introspective character moments. At its heart, it's about three brothers that discover this, ancient magic that could return their people to glory, and then they immediately feel the burden to use it to do that. But the magic's a little more sinister than you might think at first, and there might be something going on there, a little bit beneath the surface. Whereas The Far Wild is totally different. It's like it's inspired by Jurassic Park. So it's a lot more just kind of surviving in a harsh wilderness, running from giant dinosaur-esque predators. A little more fun. Senecio is obviously a big character, so my favorite is between those two until Wriggly Little Hands launches. Then Wriggly Little Hands will steal the title for sure. TJ, hey, thank you for the donut gift. I appreciate that. Man, I could go for a donut right now. Kind of making me hungry with that. But no, thank you. That's very generous. Ambition, you said you're writing epic fantasy. It's going to be around 190,000. It's a sample on Kickstarter. It's called Clasp of the King. Hey, rock on, Ambition. Good luck with that. That is a long book. You basically got 2 books there, but epic fantasy does that on occasion. So, hey, I hope it goes well for you. And congrats on making it so far. Gio, welcome in, my dude. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing? That was a rockin' art piece you did on stream yesterday. I was super, super cool to see the finished version, man. You absolutely rocked that. That was so cool to see happen. Rock on. Snow, you said you're excited for tomorrow. Your book, Servant of Rage, comes in. Your order for it. Hey, rock on. Snow, it sounds like you got a paperback of it. If you did, hey, let me know if it's a physical edition, because I always offer to folks, if you get a paperback or a hardback of one of my books, let me know. And I'll send you, if you want, a little envelope with some book swag in there and a signed book plate that you could stick in the front of the book. It's like a sticker, and you build your own signed copy. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just shoot me a DM and I'll send that out. That's a standing offer to all my readers. JR, you started reading Servant of Rage. It's really awesome. You're halfway through chapter 1 and you're really having a good time. Well, thank you, JR. I appreciate that. Very kind of you to say so. Paul, you got Monster Hunter vibes from The Far Wild. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I could see that. I haven't played too much Monster Hunter, but I could see that. That's sick. I kind of dig the comparison. Mio, hey, welcome in, buddy. Thanks for being here. Happy Thursday to you. You said awesome books. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Y'all, if you're new here, I'm author Alex Knight, and these are all my book ones. You can find them on Amazon, an audiobook, paperback, or ebook, or you can go to authoralexknight.com and read all about them. If you got any questions about them, if a cover catches your eye, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about them. Unaspiring writer. Hey, well, timely question there. You said, which of my books would you recommend a new reader reading first? Um, So I think it depends on what you're into. They're all kind of different vibes, you know. The bottom row is lit RPG and progression fantasy. So if you're into that sort of deal, you like things like Ready Player One, where the story goes into a video game, then check out the bottom row. Of those, I think Rise to Glory is my favorite because it's got crazy characters in it. It's like a found family story with some wild personalities. But if you're more into fantasy, start with Servant of Rage or The Far Wild. If you like more Jurassic Park vibes, then The Far Wild. If you like more Dragon Ball Z kind of heavy action scene vibes, go with Servant of Rage. I think they're all you can start with them right out the gate. You don't need any prior information going into them, so it's really just the kind of fantasy you like. And Snow, thank you for the heart puff gift. That's awesome. That's super cool of you. Thank you, Snow. I appreciate that. Super cool animation. TJ, have I heard of Dungeon Crawler Carl? I have. Yeah, that comes out of the lit RPG space. Kind of want to feels like a brother, you know, that went big. They came out of the lit RPG space, and Matt Dinneman just launched it to the stratosphere, man. Going wide now, catching in the general fantasy audience. I love to see it doing well. Super fun. Really happy for Matt Dinneman. He's a great dude too. Oh, thanks, Snow. Thank you very much. Just going off with the gifts. That's super kind of you. Appreciate that. Heart puffs and what was that one? It was a finger heart. All right. Hey, rock on. Thank you, Snow. Appreciate that. Like I said, if you want to get a signed book plate and a little swag packet, just shoot me a DM with your address and I'll drop that in the mail for you. Standing offer for anybody that picks up my paperbacks or hardbacks. Unaspiring Writer said, I'll take a look at Servant of Rage. I need to take a break from lit RPG. I've been on Seth Ring. Is Seth Ring an author? I'm not sure. I haven't heard that name before. Or I forgot it, which I don't have the best memory, so that's quite likely. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Oh, he writes lit RPG. Look at that. Well, cool. Yeah. Servant of Rage will be a nice little break. It's still got, a hard magic system. It's kind of progression fantasy. But it is more fantasy than it is lit RPG. Y'all, hey, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We're having a rockin' Thursday. If you're new around here, we do writing sprints. So I'm about 2 minutes here, we're gonna do our next one. So y'all, if you want to write along with me, open your Word doc, grab your pen, turn to a new page. We got 5 minutes on the clock, and in a moment here, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a little writing sprint. But I'll take a few more questions real quick. Paul says, are any of your books in the same universe, or do you make a new setting for each book? Obviously, your novella is in the same universe as Servant of Rage. Yeah, spot on, Paul. So each of my books, for the most part, they're in different universes. No overlap yet, but I do have plans to do that in the future. And just a fun little fact, The Far Wild and Servant of Rage were originally in the same universe, but there was a little bit of a technology discrepancy, so I moved them out of there. The Far Wild has skyships in it, because I thought that would be really fun for the kind of expedition-y adventure element, but that did not make sense at all in the Servant of Rage world, so I had to they were in the same world, I kind of had to peel them out, and make them separate. An aspiring writer, you said, would you consider taking a look at someone's work, like for feedback and such? Writer, I get that request a lot, and I appreciate that y'all are seeking feedback. You want to get better. If you're in the Discord, which I guess we can drop a link to that real quick, y'all. We have a Discord where the community hangs out outside of stream. The fun continues even when I'm not live. So I'll drop that in chat right now. There's the link to it. Please hop on in there if you'd like. We'd be happy to have you. To your question, writer, we have a writing share channel in there, so you can post it in there, and the community and myself can take a look and kind of let you know what we think. Leisha, you got to head to work. Hey, thank you for being here, Leisha. It was good to see you. Have a good day today, and we'll catch you tomorrow for the map stream, hopefully. Brian, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here, and happy Thursday to you. How you doing today? Unaspiring writer, I do look at writing if folks would like me to, but the reality is I don't have the time to offer detailed feedback. But the good news is a lot of new writers, they seek validation essentially from established authors, and I totally understand it. I was in the same place when I was there. But the reality is the strongest asset that you have as a writer is your voice. Every story in the world's already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. Your voice is what makes you unique, especially in writing. Um, and nobody else can tell you how to, cultivate your voice aside from trust yourself and keep writing in what feels natural to you and what excites you. Um, so it's really, specific feedback really is just trust your voice, write in a way that sounds and feels authentic to you, because that's what's going to make your stuff stand out. And then enter short story contests. That's my biggest number one advice. There's great contests out there like Writers of the Future. They're always free to enter. Any reputable contest will be. And short stories teach you how to write novels just at 1/10 the scale. So if you write good short stories, you can write good novels. So my advice is trust your voice and write a lot of short stories and submit them to contests to get feedback. And maybe win a couple contests, get some acclaim. Paul said, this is a dumb question, but you say lit RPG as a genre. What does that actually mean? No, that's a totally fine question, Paul. A lot of folks outside of lit RPG aren't familiar with it. The easy synopsis is it's stories where the story takes place in a video game. If you're familiar with Ready Player One, that's a good example. Lit RPG books typically have very detailed leveling systems, and like if you're going to cast a spell in lit RPG, it typically has an actual definition, just like in D&D. So that's kind of what lit RPG is about. Geo says, after you saying that, the Far Wild will now be distant future in the same universe as Servant of Rage. Yeah, Geo, it kind of works that way, man. It kind of does. It's a fun little tidbit. Caitlin says, I love this advice. I'm trying to push myself to write more. Oh, well, thank you, Caitlin. I'm glad the advice is helping. And hey, if you're trying to write more, good timing, because we're about to start a writing sprint here. Thank you for the follow, Caitlin. That's super kind of you. I appreciate that. Hey, we're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, doing this. And what this is I've got 5 minutes on the clock. We're going to do a writing sprint. I'm going to write my next book live on stream, and I invite y'all to write along with me. For these next 5 minutes, y'all, don't worry about it being good. Don't worry about it being pretty. We're just going to get words on page, and then we'll edit it later. So please join me in this sprint. We got some folks in chat already doing that. It's a good time. It's just a good practice. We're just kind of practicing. Zach, you said I love writing, but I've yet to finish a project because I start judging what I've written. Help. Zach, hey, that's we can help with that, buddy. You're your own harshest critic. We're always our own harshest critics. You got to silence that voice of doubt and just get the story written. Have fun with it. Make sure you're having a good time the whole time you're writing, because that's the most important thing to help you finish. And then, do short stories. Don't try to tackle a novel right out the gate. Stick to short stories and then submit them to contests. Like we were just talking about, Writers of the Future. Great contest. It runs quarterly. It's free to enter. Wow, thank you for the crown, TJ. Super kind to you. Thank you very much. I don't see it on my end. Did it do an animation? Did it like put a crown on my head? That'd be kind of cool. But thank you for that, TJ. I love it. And Rosalind, thank you for following. Hey, a fellow fantasy author. Hello. Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Y'all, we are kicking off a writing sprint, so please, if you'd like to write along with me. Oh, Julia, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the blank page fright. I feel that, but look, I'm gonna stay here. We're gonna do this together, Julia. I'm gonna start this timer, and just don't even worry about it. Do a stream of consciousness, actually, to start. Just like let your inner voice come out and just write whatever's in your head. That could literally be you just going, I'm trying to do this writing sprint, but I don't really know what I'm doing. That's fine. Just for the next 5 minutes, just get some words on page with us. We're going to ease into it here. Rosalind, hey, welcome in. Fellow fantasy author. Nice to see you. Y'all, let's go. We're gonna do a writing sprint here. If you're new to the stream, first of all, welcome in. And we do this every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. We do 5-minute writing sprints. We get some words on page together. And then I do Q&A about books, writing, publishing, author life, anything you got. Fire away. But for now, y'all, the timer's ticking. So let's get some words on page. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Let's get this. Paul, enjoy the reading. That works too. Hey, Jacob. Good morning. Good to see you again, buddy. How's your Thursday kicking off? Doing good, I hope? Hey, thank you for re-upping the stream team. Appreciate that, Jacob. Super cool of you. And inconvenient that it happens this way, but y'all, I just hit the end of the chapter I was writing, or the end of the scene I was writing. So now we got a minute 55 left, so I'll keep it rolling. I'm gonna jump to the next one, but I gotta check my outline to refresh my memory there. Sleepy, you gotta head out. But you're 1/3 of the way through the Far Wild and you're having fun. Rock on. Thank you for being here, Sleepy. And thank you for reading Servant of Rage and enjoying it and continuing to advocate for it in chat. That's very kind of y'all. Very kind of you. Sleepy, it was great to see you. Have a good day. And hey, I hope we catch you tomorrow for our map making stream. And we'll talk more about that here in minute 20 when we finish this writing sprint. Oh, Caitlin, that's sorry, I was calling you Caitlin earlier. I think I misread that. I'm gonna call you Kate. But that's super kind of you to say, Kate. Thank you very much for that. We'll talk about it here in a moment. 30 seconds left in this word sprint, and then we'll talk about that. But thank you. That's super kind. All right, is that time? Yes, it is. Okay, y'all, how did that word sprint go? Let me know. Let me know how it went for you. What word count did you get? Did you, Julia, did you stream a conscious with us, or just let me know how it went? But congrats, y'all. This is another word sprint in the books. I'm up to 540 words on the day, so yeah, it's actually perfect. We're perfectly on schedule. We're halfway through stream, and we're halfway to our word goal. So woo. All right. Hey, Laceless, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following. Y'all, we do this every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. We hang out together. I answer your questions about books, writing, publishing, author life, and then we do 5-minute writing sprints like we just did. And on that sprint, Julia, hey, 150 words. Good job. Good job, Julia. I'm proud of you. Thank you for joining in, and thanks for doing that. I hope it went well. I hope it was fun. And hey, as a starting point, right? We'll build from there. And we're gonna get better and better each time we do it, right? That's the plan. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that for real. Rafi, let's see. Now you're hitting the first peak moment of your story, 35,000 words in. Hey, Rafi, that's kind of an example of maybe starting a story too soon, but you just don't know that until you get there, right? That's why editing's so great, because you can go and change, trim the story to be the length that you need it to get the events when you want them. Kookie, good morning. Welcome in, Kookie. Kookie, I got something I got to show you real quick in a moment. There was something that someone said during the sprint that I missed. So if that was a question that you asked and I missed it during the sprint, please re-ask it. But where are we going? Laceless says it's a 200,000 word book. Sound excessive? Laceless, that is pretty long. That's really the length of 2 books. but you know, some books run longer. Personally, I prefer shorter books, so I keep my stuff to around 80 to 100,000. But it comes down to personal preference as well as just the expected range and the genre you're in. Iron Pasha said, "What are you trying to write?" Hey, thank you, Iron. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the question as well. Let me pull it up here. We are writing Thief of Honor. It is a gritty fantasy heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in, and it is a free prequel novella that I'm doing for one of my other books. So we've been writing Thief of Honor on stream for the last couple weeks. We're finishing it today. I'm on the last chapter, and it is a prequel for Servant of Rage here on the top left. It's another gritty fantasy of mine, but that one's a bit more Dragon Ball Z style fight scenes, Highlander magic system, and it's in a Genghis Khan inspired world. So a lot of fun, and it's on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, audiobook. If it looks interesting to you, please check it out. But all these books here are on Amazon, except Wriggly Little Hands, my fantasy comedy, which hasn't launched yet. But all the rest of them are there. And if any of them look interesting to you, please ask me about them or go give them a look. They're in paperback, audiobook, and ebook. Hey, Bert. Good to see you again, buddy. Thanks for popping back in. Glad to have you here. Oh, okay, got you, Rafi. It's technically the second one. But hey, that's what editing's for, right? We edit it as we go and clean it up, right? Caitlin, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hey, Caitlin, if you're looking to try fantasy, I'd say start with The Far Wild on the top right. That one's a little more fun than Servant of Rage, a little more goofy and light. And Servant of Rage is a little more heavy, a little more gritty fantasy. I guess really whatever tone you think is best for you. Otherwise, I would have recommended Wriggly Little Hands because it's super goofy, feel-good vibes. But it's not out yet, so you know. Gilded Goblin, he said, "Flurp, I have arrived." Good to see you, man. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Iron Pasha asked if I could read a bit of it. Iron, what would you like me to read? Let me know. I can read a bit of any of these here or Thief of Honor. You let me know, and I'll pull a little section for you. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Just came back in my head. All right, so we'll do that. After JR's question, did you ever consider submitting a book to a literary agent? If yes or no, why? Oh boy, great question, JR. I have a long answer that I'm going to try to make short here. Y'all, I have submitted to literary agents several times. Actually, Wriggly Little Hands here, top center, went out to many literary agents. If you don't know the process, in order to get traditionally published, you need to have a literary agent because most of the big publishers only accept book submissions from literary agents. The agent acts as sort of a vetting process where they ensure a book is up to standards, they ensure it's marketable, and then they submit it to publishers. So as an author, you need a literary agent to be traditionally published. You don't need one to be small press or self-published. And you can technically, there are some ways you can be traditionally published without it, but that's the more standard route. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep the answer short. Wriggly Little Hands here on the top middle was submitted to many literary agents. In fact, a lot of them liked it and said it was a really good book. But the feedback I got on it was they didn't know how to sell it. They just didn't know what publisher would want to buy it, which is like the best and worst feedback because they were like, look, this book's good. It's publishable. I don't know who I would sell it to, though. So they didn't pick it up. So I queried for that one. It didn't work out, so we went self-pub with it. And Servant of Rage actually was when I wrote it, was picked up by the #2 literary agent in North America at the time. And he had the book. And then right after he picked it up, he got involved in an unrelated scandal that drove him out of the industry. Which was really bad for me and his other clients because he represented our books. Because he had to leave the industry, overnight, me and all of his other clients got dropped. And because he was out of the industry, he couldn't verify what publishers he had submitted his clients' books to. So no other literary agents would touch the books he had represented. So basically, Servant of Rage just got blacklisted overnight because no one could confirm who he had sent it to. And it's a big no-no to send a book to a publisher if they've already seen it. So yeah, I've got an interesting history with TradPub. I'm still gonna go back to it and give it another shot with another book. But y'all have been doing great with small press. It's been great, and self-pub as well. So look, we are happy in our space, having a good time. And Pasha, you asked for a snippet of Servant of Rage. All right, for sure. Let me grab a copy of it real quick, and we'll read you some. Thank you for asking for that, Pasha. That's fun. Um, I saw a quick question I can answer. Manchu said, "Does a page in a Word doc translate to a page in a printed version?" It does not, Manchu. And Steven, thank you for the goat. That's super kind. I appreciate that. Um, oh wow, a lot of questions coming in here. Manchu, the pages do not translate. That's why authors often measure things by words. You'll see that's why I have a 20,000 word goal down at the bottom here. It's because words are a universal unit of measurement. Otherwise, pages vary based on form of the book. If it's a paperback versus if it's a hardback versus an ebook, etc., etc. All right, so let's go to the no green screen version. Boom, so we can show off Servant of Rage right here. And Pasha asked for a little snippet of it, so we're going to read that real quick. Probably something at the beginning so we don't get too spoiler heavy. So I'll go ahead and give you the little introduction here. And then we'll talk about these questions folks are dropping, which is super good questions. I love it. Ketamine, dude, that's incredible. Thank you so much for saying that. I hugely appreciate that, man. You've read over 150 lit RPG books, and Nova Online is your favorite futuristic lit RPG. Thank you so much. That's incredible. I'm going to be riding that compliment all day. Thank you, dude. But Iron Pasha asked for a snippet of Servant of Rage, so let's do that. I'll read the bit of the opening here. Let me get a drink of water, get my voice going. And thanks for being here, folks. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Any great inferno can be traced back to a single moment, a precipitous second where lightning tastes dry grass. Pitching the plan in the pre-dawn dark, Sube had been holding just such a moment in mind. Could envision that singular heartbeat where brilliant would meet bombastic, and all would know it was him who'd made it happen. Would know it was Sube, son of Kimu Khan, who'd struck flint to steel. Now that they were several days into said plan, well, it still looked to be a good one. There were just some finer details he had failed to consider, like the special kind of ache that came from hiding in the back of a wagon as it jolted and clattered across the steppe, or the lack of fresh air beneath 2 layers of tarp, and what that caused in the way of sweat pooling in his every crevice. Also, that tent poles made for terrible bedding, but no one had said catching bandits was comfortable work, especially not these days. Time was, a child could walk from one end of the continent to the other, a pot of gold balanced on their head and not a care in the world. Time was, the great Baji Khan had united the tribes and all the world had been brought to heel. Time was gone. Baji Khan had ascended to the world next and his magic had gone with him. No one had seen anything like it since, and in their absence the continent had crumbled. Didn't help that his descendants had fought over it like dogs at table scraps, fought until what had once been a feast fit for kings was torn to crumbs not worthy of a field mouse. And so, the heirs of what had been the grandest conquest in the world spent their days feuding, and in Sube's case, hunting bandits from the back of a wagon. So there we go. Little snippet of Servant of Rage. Thank you for asking for that, Iron Pasha. Appreciate it. I always enjoy reading a little something to y'all on stream. It's a fun way to do things. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you, Pasha. I appreciate it. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate the compliments. Y'all making me blush today. Y'all, if you enjoyed that, that's Servant of Rage there on the top left. It's on Amazon. It's in Kindle Unlimited. It's got an audiobook. Any format that you like, you can pick it up. Elsie, there is an audio version narrated by the legendary Tim Gerard Reynolds, too. I still don't know how we pulled him to do the book, but we did, and he rocked it. Okay, there were a ton of great questions there. I want to get to those real quick. So let's do a rapid-fire question session. Julia, yes, it is on Audible. Elsie, I see you know who Tim Gerard Reynolds is. He's legit, man. That guy's awesome. So let me try to get to these questions real quick. Y'all, if I missed your question, please re-ask it. I'm going to try to answer them real quick, and then we're going to do another writing sprint. JR said, I got rejected over 70 times because I pitched it as a start of a series, and it's cross-genre. Yeah, JR, it's hard with the literary agents. You know, there's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of famous stories about, like, you know, what is it? I guess Harry Potter is an example. Maybe not a timely example anymore, but got rejected like hundreds of times before someone took a chance on it. And there's famous books that like authors had to start their own imprint to finally get it published. Or I forget which one this was, but there's another classic that literally was published by like an auto manual company, like car maintenance, because publishers wouldn't pick it up, and then it exploded and did incredible. Jacob, you asked, what's the difference between small press and self-publishing? Small press are working with a publisher. They're just a smaller publisher. So as an example, I work with Portal Books. You can see on my books here, anyone that has a logo in the bottom left, that little Portal Books logo, they're a small press that I work with. If they don't have that logo, I've self-published it. Small press is just a publisher. They're just smaller. They're not a big one. I really love working with them, though. I've had a great time with it. Let's see. Rashist Anorak said, question for you from a striving author. Do you get the final say on who narrates them? Rashes, I do. I do get the final say on who narrates them, but it's a little more of a discussion between me, the publisher, and maybe the audiobook publisher. It depends on if I'm working directly with the audiobook publisher or not. So we kind of discuss it. I think that I do have the final say, but instead of just bringing the hammer down and being like, this person's going to do it, of narrators that auditioned and were interested in doing it, we collectively work together to pick the one that we think will do the best job. Gibby said, writing some response posts for one of my classes while watching, very calming and welcoming place. Well, thank you, Gibby. I appreciate that. This is kind of our cozy corner of the internet. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central, and just trying to start the day off with good vibes, you know? Send y'all out into the world, send myself out into the world, feeling good. So that's what we do here. I appreciate that you're feeling the vibes, Gibby. Thank you for being here. JR says I could be a voice actor. Oh, I appreciate that. It'd be interesting. You know, I might take a shot at it one day. I wouldn't rule it out. Manchu says, I've finished the first Paragon. I'll definitely have to get the next one. Oh, thank you, Manchu. I'm glad you had fun with it, dude. Hey, book 2 and 3 are out. Book 4 is written, and it's with the audio narrator now. And the final one in the series, book 5, is going to be coming out later this year, maybe. I think later this year is a likely timeline. Kookie said, I found the Holy Grail of Alex Knight books, or should I say AZ Anthony books. I'll post it in Discord. Oh, Kookie, that's interesting. I want to see what that's going to be. Hey, Bert, thank you for being here, man. Have a good day. All right, let's see. DVZ now. Hey, welcome in, man. You said I have a question. Do you ever switch developing a project when hitting a roadblock? DVZ, yeah, I've done that in the past. Sometimes if you're having trouble with it, you just got to switch over. I have like a lot of deadlines for books that I've, sold to publishers and stuff, so I don't have the luxury of switching as much anymore. I really got to stick to the deadlines. But yeah, if it's not working for you, you can switch. I encourage writers though, to finish your project, and then set it aside and then come back to it, because you can always fix something in editing, but you can't edit stuff you haven't written, right? So it's a scary prospect to switch projects so often that you don't finish anything. But that's why I recommend writing short stories. They're a lot shorter than novels. There's a ton of free contests out there you can submit them to. And I think that any reputable contest will be free, by the way. Don't pay to submit to short story contest. And I think that'll help with switching stories too much. If you're doing short stories, they're 2,000 to 10,000 words or 1 to 5 chapters, and they teach you everything you need to know about writing novels. It's just shorter. Rashes says, thanks for that. I was scared because I've seen great books flop due to bad narrators. Yeah, Rashes, that can happen. That can happen, for the audiobook at least. It is important to have a good narrator. Typically you would audition narrators. You kind of put out a call and people would audition, and if you think they have the right sound, then you go with them. Or if they're just a really big popular narrator that always does a good job, like Tim Gerard Reynolds, they might bring their own audience to the book. Kookie, you posted something in Discord. I need to go take a look at this. You said you found the whole... Oh my god, Kookie, how did you find that? Okay, y'all, we gotta share this. Kookie, how did you find that? I'm very proud of you. Wow, y'all, let's pull this up. Kookie just shared this in Discord. Yeah, y'all, that's Servant of Rage there. Kookie, did you find a copy for sale on Amazon somewhere? So y'all, if you were here earlier, you might have heard my story. Adorable dog, by the way. I love that, right there in the back of the photo. If y'all heard the story earlier, Servant of Rage was picked up by a big literary agent way back in the day. And after that whole scandal that happened with the agent was driven out of the industry, and me and all of his clients got dropped, and our books were unpublishable, basically, I went ahead and self-published the first draft version of Servant of Rage. It was... This is the cover art for it. This is one of those copies. There's not a lot of them out in the world. So good job, Kookie, finding that. That's rare. That's super rare. Well done. Hey, you'll be able to compare the differences now between my first attempt at it and the new attempt that's in my opinion, far, far better. So, Kooky, enjoy that. It's a very different book. I returned to that with 10 years experience, 10 more published novels, and made it a lot better. So you have the rare and slightly worse version of Servant of Rage. Let me know what you think about it if you read through it. Also, you found it on Pango. That's super interesting. I'm going to write that down, so I'm going to look into it. I didn't think there were too many copies of it out there, so good job for finding a super rare one. That's wild, Kooky. Alright, Kooky, next challenge for you. I published a short story anthology back in the day entitled 9 Parts Bluster. I'll type it in. And Other Stories. It is currently unpublished. I'm going to republish it once I edit it and clean it up. But Kooky Hard Mode, if you can find that for sale somewhere, I'll be really impressed. Okay, yeah, JR, thank you for re-asking that question. How many times a year do you publish? JR, I publish basically when a book is ready, but it depends who I'm working with, right? So, like, my self-published books, they're ready. They can be published as soon as I want, and what really dictates that is just how much marketing I want to do in the lead up to it. If I'm working with more of a small press, then it's got to fit their publishing timelines. And also, we tend to work with audio companies. So it depends on when the audiobook's done. There's a bit of a delay there because I have to have the book finished before the narrators can start reading it for the audio version. So I kind of have to wait for them to read through it and produce the audiobook of it. So that often causes a delay because I like to launch all the versions of the book at once. Anyway, you were asking how many times I publish a year. I try to go for 2 books a year, 3 if I can. That's kind of my goal. It's a lot of work to get to that, but that's where we go. Rise, yes, it is published under AZ Anthony. That was my original pen name. And we switched to Alex Knight because oh boy, long story. I was working with my publisher and we were going to ghostwrite a book. So they were just going to publish it as Alex Knight. I was just ghostwriting it. That was just going to be how it was. And they decided at the last minute they wanted a face for Alex Knight. So I was like, well, I ghostwrote it, so I'll be the face of Alex Knight. And then that book took off and did really well, and they're like, crap, we actually need you to be Alex Knight. So I just made the switch, and Alex Knight's my pen name I write under now, but at the beginning of my career, it was AZ Anthony. Rashist, you said roughly how much does self-publishing run you per novel? Rashist, it really depends what you want to put into it. I'd say cover, expect to spend about $600 to $1,000 for a good cover, for an artist to do a good cover. Then you're going to expect to spend around $1,000 for an editor to go through everything. That's really all you need to pay. But the editor and a good cover are huge. You need both those things. Beyond that, it's all marketing and anything you want to do for ads, etc. Little hack I found though, if you can sell the audio rights to an audio publishing company like Podium or Sound Booth Theater for an advance. And what I do when I self-publish is I write the book, I pay for the cover artist and an editor, and then I shop the audio rights around to an audio company. And if one of them buys it, then they give me an advance, and that basically repays me for the money that I've put into the book already. So it's a good little way to make self-publishing a little cheaper. Caitlin asked, how do I get the book covers designed? Do I go with illustrators? I do. I work with cover artists for the covers. You'll see in the front of my books, I always credit the cover artist right there on the title page. So like the first page of the book's got the artist. But Servant of Rage, we worked with a gentleman named Ivan Vujovic for the art. Following on with the Ivan trend, Wriggly Little Hands was done by a wonderful artist named Ivan Shavrin. The Far Wild was done by Victor Toth. So yeah, we work with a couple different authors for each book. And I'm going to go back to them as well. So yeah, got a good little stable. Oh, Kooky and Rise, you already found the short story anthology, huh? Well, there's some fun stuff in there. It's grimdark. It's a little grimmer, but y'all completing my hard mode challenge already. Well done. Well, TikTok thinks I'm inactive again. I swear, TikTok, I'm not. I'm here. Promise. Chat will vouch for me. All right, good questions here, y'all. We're going to get to a writing sprint, so hey, if you want to write along with me, we're going to do that here in a minute. I'll answer the questions that have been asked, and then we're going to do another sprint. And also, I need to promo, y'all. tomorrow, Friday, we're going to do a little bit of a different stream. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make fantasy maps live on stream. So, y'all, same time, same place, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. We're going to try sprucing it up a little bit, changing it up. So please tune back in for that. But hey, if you miss it, or if you ever miss the stream, we are on YouTube as well. YouTube.com/@AlexAuthorKnight. Wow, I said that wrong. YouTube.com/@AuthorAlexKnight. And all the replays are there. So if you ever miss a stream, you can go catch it there. I'm in the process of all of my replays for the last week are there, and then I have a whole back catalog of my first month of streaming that I'm uploading slowly, so those will be popping up too. Jack in, yes, it will be an Incarnate, my favorite program for map making. Okay, let me answer these questions that came in real quick, and then we'll do a writing sprint. DBZ says, do you outline your character arcs or develop them within the actual writing based on the outline? DBZ, it depends on what you want to do. I do my character arcs ahead of time, at least in a general sense. I know where the character's going and how they're going to change. And then I will just add in a detail here and there as I write them that pushes them in that direction. But I do tend to sketch out, just for my own peace of mind, the points that I want them to hit. Like if they're going to go from a very noble character to a disenfranchised, burned out character, I'll make certain progression points that I want to hit in my story to show that happening. I do plot it out in advance for the most part. Rashist said, would you suggest crowdfunding for authors first try? It's going to be really hard to crowdfund if you don't have a following already. So that's a tough one. You're really, the most valuable thing you can have is a following, and that's going to make everything easier. So I would start building the following, readers that are interested in your stuff as soon as you can. A great way to do that is publishing short stories, especially if you're writing them for contests. Once the contest is over, you can then publish that story. So getting people interested in your work that way is a good way to start. But honestly, building a following is the most important thing to do, and it's the hardest thing to do, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do it myself. Rafi said, do you need an agent or a guarantee pub to shop around for narrators? No, you can do it without an agent, Rafi. You can totally do it with or without an agent, and with or without a publishing company. Rashes, thank you for following. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having a good time with us this Thursday morning. Rafi, yeah, you can totally, acx.com is a place you can do it totally on your own. You can connect directly with the narrators. I'll put that in chat. That's acx.com. And otherwise, you query directly to the publishers. For instance, I sold the audio rights to Wrigley Little Hands to Sound Booth Theater without an agent. I went through their submission process on their website, emailed them the first 3 chapters and a description of the book and the cover, and they were like, holy cow, we have to have it. So I was very flattered. Gibby says, are you building a fantasy map to go with one of your books? Gibby, I'm not. We're going to build an all original fantasy map tomorrow. We're going to start from scratch, and we're just going to build it. It might go with one of the books that I'm working on in the background just for fun. So maybe we do it for there. But yeah, it should probably be all original. Thanks for the question, though. We're going to get this writing sprint going here. I'm just going to answer these last questions. Y'all, if you want to write along with me, get ready. Get that pen. Turn to a blank page. Open your word processor. We're going to get to it. Watermelon, good morning. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to have you back. Jack Ann, I appreciate that tip for Incarnate. That's super cool. I dig it. I dig it. Higgs, you said, how would you feel about a book with only one character? Genre is horror. Higgs, especially in horror, that could work. Especially in horror. A little bit harder to do just one character the whole way through, but I think it could work pretty well. Rise, you found some reviews on Goodreads. Sure, I believe that. The real challenge, though, will be, can you find a copy to buy? I think it's probably out there somewhere, but oof, that's going to be a tough one. Hey, Leo, welcome in. Good morning, buddy. Happy Thursday to you. Hey, Rashist, if you're looking for more information, a little more advice, let me drop in here. This is our Discord. This is where the fun continues even when stream ends. Wonderful community in there. Please join on in. We are in there sharing writing, sharing art, helping each other learn and grow together in the Discord all the time. So please pop on in there, and we can definitely help you out. Other name, hey, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. I don't send, you mean, do I send live notifications through Discord? or through TikTok. Because if it's through TikTok, I don't know how to do it. If it's through Discord, I do tend to post in the chat ahead of time, but I don't at everyone because I don't want to bother folks that don't want that. But let me know what you're talking about. I can try to help out with it. Legion of Light, hey buddy, welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Good to see you. How you doing today? Thanks for being here. We're just about to kick off a writing sprint, so let's get to that. You're writing your first novel right now, Little Tag. Awesome. Hey, congratulations. What genre is it? That's super exciting to hear. We are kicking off a writing sprint right now. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to work on my next novella, Thief of Honor, right here. I'm going to write it live on stream. And for these next 5 minutes, y'all, I encourage you to write along with me. So let's get some words on page together. Then at the end, we'll circle back. We'll see how everybody did. And then I'll continue taking questions about books, publishing, writing, author life, anything. Hit me with them. DBZ, great question. Servant of Rage is gritty and kind of epic fantasy with multiple POVs. So that fits into kind of what you're asking about. Little Tag is military romance. Sick, sick. Other name, I'm not sure how to give notifications when I go live on TikTok. It always says to share it, but it's like designed, it seems, for sharing on the phone, and I do this through my computer, and it seems like the interface isn't there, or I'm just missing it, one of the two. But hey, it's okay. We're happy to have you whenever you're here. But also, we always start we run 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time every weekday. So same time. Is the link on YouTube? Asked Rashes. Hey Rashes, if you go to my bio on TikTok, I have my link tree in there. I can't share links yet because I'm under 1,000 followers, but I just have the link tree text in my bio description. So if you copy that and go to the link tree, it's got all my links for Discord, everything like that. That should get you there. But y'all, we're going to kick off a writing sprint. So, hey, get your pen and paper, turn to a blank page, or open up that Word document, however you're going to do it. Little Tag, thank you for following. I appreciate you being here. And hey, I hope you're going to sprint along with us here if you're able. We'd love to have you. But yeah, for now, y'all, time's ticking. Let's get some words on page. Good luck, everybody, if you're writing along with me. I should probably sit up straight for this so I can reach the keyboard, huh? Got a little too casual hanging out with everybody. Howdy, Jasmine C. Wright. Welcome in. How you doing this Thursday? Happy to have you here. Hope you're doing good. We're in the middle of a writing sprint, so I'm writing my book live on stream for the next, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. And then we'll come back and do more Q&A about writing, books, author life, publishing, any questions y'all got. But thanks for stopping by. How you doing today? Oh, thank you for the follow, Christopher. I appreciate that. And same question, man. How you doing? How's your Thursday starting off? AJ, thank you for asking. Hit me again with that after the writing sprint, and we'll talk about it. I'd love to answer it. And Jasmine, thank you for following. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, what's my next bullet point for this chapter? Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Super nice of you to say. Appreciate that. We are at 2 minutes in the sprint, so let's get some more words in, y'all, for sprinting along with me. 2 minutes left, and let's go. Let's get some words done. A lot of typos, y'all. My fingers are slipping. We're not on target. All right, 30 seconds. Typos aren't going to stop me. Yeah, Manju, it was rough, man. There was a lot of typos, a lot of words getting cut there. All right, that's probably time, I think. Yep. Okay, time has expired. I was on a roll there, but that's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it on the next sprint. We'll get it on the next sprint, y'all. Hey, if you were sprinting along with me, first of all, thank you. And hey, let me know how it went. What's your word count? What's your word count from it? We got up to 730 total. So we're trying to hit that 1,000 goal. And also, y'all notice I'm at 20,000 out of 20,000 words on this story. We're writing Thief of Honor right now. It's a gritty fantasy heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in. And word-wise, it is finished. You know, I've hit the projected 20,000 words, but I'm in the final chapter, so we're wrapping up the climax now. And then we'll do some editing, and probably it'll end up close to that 20,000 words. But anyway, yeah, it's our last day, y'all. I'm kind of sad about it. We're saying bye to Thief of Honor, but on the other hand, that means soon it's going to be out in the world for y'all to read. If you don't know, Thief of Honor is a free prequel novella that ties into Servant of Rage here on the top left, my book that launched a couple weeks back. They go together. You don't need to read Thief of Honor to read Servant of Rage, but it'll make the story better. And you can read them in either order. So yeah, that's what we're working on. We're going to say goodbye to it, and that ties into AJ's question, what book are we writing next? AJ, so the next two things we're going to be writing, Paragon down here on the bottom left, this is book 1 of the series. I am on to book 5 of it next, so we're going to be writing book 5 on stream for a little while, chipping away at that. And then as we get closer to the launch of Wriggly Little Hands, here top center, we are going to do a novella for Wriggly Little Hands. The Wriggly Little Novella, I'm calling it right now. So that'll be a fun little project. Take about 3 weeks to work on that. But yeah, so Paragon 5 next, and Wriggly Little Hands novella after that. Let's see, 100 words for you, JR. Hey, that works. That works. You got distracted, but that's okay. As Rafi said earlier, how did you describe it, Rafi? You said 100 formidable words, something like that. Manchu, nice, 150 words, very good. Julia, 202, rock on, y'all. Thank you for sprinting with me. I didn't pay attention. I think I was at 564. Actually, that number's kind of in my head, so let's see. I had 166 words. All right, so right in there with the pack. Glad to be there. Rashis says, thank you very much for all your helpful wisdom. I joined the Discord and can't wait to interact. Well, thank you. Thank you, Rashis. I appreciate that. Be happy to see you in Discord, and I'm happy that I can help. DBZ Now, you said, is Rise to Glory a lit RPG? It is, DBZ. It's a fantasy lit RPG. Really good characters in that one. I'm really happy with the personalities we brought into it. I kind of think of it, it's kind of like Mighty Ducks, except if it were virtual reality video games in a fantasy world. But it's a found family kind of team building story. There's a lot of big personalities there. I had a lot of fun writing them. Julia, how many words do you shoot for per chapter? Does it change novel to novel? Great question, and I will answer it right after saying hello, Synth. Welcome in, my friend. How you doing this Thursday morning? Staring down that weekend, huh? It's coming soon. Julia, I shoot for 2,400 words per chapter. That's what works for me. It's a chapter length that I like, but chapters really can vary. They can be much shorter or much longer. It depends on the book, depends on kind of the feel, and how you like to read. I like to read shorter chapters, so I keep mine a bit shorter, but I got friends, I got fellow authors that do 4,000 word chapters. I know one author that thinks every chapter should basically be a short story, and they do like 9,000 word chapters. That's a bit long for my taste, but hey, it works for them. They've sold some fair few copies of books, so whatever works, right? DBZ asks, what's your process with lit RPGs? Do you calculate the math or is it random? DBZ, so I'm terrible at math. So I often try to avoid it in my lit RPGs. I have more fun making it a structured magic and leveling system and spells having definitions, a bit more like D&D than anything. I try to keep the math relatively low because I'd just mess it up. But I know some folks go really crunchy, really hard with the numbers. They have formulas for everything. It's a good way to do things, but it gets kind of heavy as you introduce more elements, and the formula has to grow, and you end up spending more time doing math than writing the book. Good question. Thank you for that. Y'all, hey, if you're new here, first of all, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, doing this. Having a good time on stream, getting some cozy, wholesome vibes to start off the day. I answer your questions about books, writing, author life, publishing, all that stuff. And then we do writing sprints. We do 5-minute writing sprints where I work on my book live on stream, and I invite y'all to join along with me. But all that being said, tomorrow we're doing something special. Gonna be a map stream tomorrow. We're gonna make a fantasy map live on stream. So y'all tune in for that, 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow, Central Time. We'll be here, and we're gonna see how it goes. I've never done this before, not on stream, so it should be fun. Please feel free to tune in for that. And also, I've dropped it a couple times, but if you want to hang out once stream's over, we have a Discord here for the community. Got a fair few people in there now. It's growing pretty quick, but please pop on in there if you want to hang out once stream's over. We do a lot of fun stuff and kind of just a gathering point for the community. Personally, I never wanted to run a Discord. I was happy not doing so, but as the stream continued to grow, folks kept asking for it, and I was like, all right, we need this. It's something the community needs. So it now exists. That link should get you there. If you pop in, we'll be happy to see you. Kookie, oh, Legion, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Super kind of you. JR, the Discord, if you can go to that link that I just posted, or if you go to my profile, there's a Linktree link in there. If you can copy that and paste it into a web browser, all my links will be there. The Discord, live stream, books, etc. So that's the easiest way to find it. And once I get to 1,000 followers, which, by the way, thank you folks, a lot of new followers today. We are climbing towards that 1,000 goal. Once we get to that, I'll be able to actually put links in my bio, which would help everybody out. You can just click right on it. Oh, and I see what you're asking, JR. Discord is a separate app. It's like it's kind of like a forum, kind of like a chat room mixed with a forum. And you know, you can hang out there and talk to folks that are in the server with you. See a couple resources, share art and writing. We do a lot of fun stuff like that there. Kookie, I said I was going to show you something earlier, so I need to do that for you. Kookie, thanks for hanging on for all that time. I'm sorry to make you wait so long. Y'all, we have not hit our word goal for the day. We're going to do that on the next sprint. That is my focus. But if you notice the progress on the novella, we're at 20K out of 20K. We're at 20,000 words. We've hit our big goal there, our multi-week goal. So that calls for the word goal celebration. And Kooky, we quickly on the fly made a new one to celebrate hitting the big goal. So here's our celebration. Y'all, Kooky made this firework animation for hitting the word goal each day. So thank you very much, Kooky. I greatly appreciate it. And typically we just do a little one, but we hit the 20,000 word goal. So we got to go a little bit overboard with it. Just spam them everywhere. Won't be a regular thing, but just a little bit of fun since we hit the big goal. All right, there we go. Just having a little fun with it. But y'all, we still gotta hit today's word goal. We got 270 more words to go, so hopefully we can get that in another sprint. It'd be a hard sprint, but let's go ahead and cue it up here. I'd like to get there. Please, if you want to ride along with me, I'd love to have you. Legion of Light said, hi there, this is neat. I'm actually writing something myself. Awesome, Legion. What are you writing? Tell us about it. And also, DVZ, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Super kind to you. The goat gift, I appreciate it. Greatest of all time, but also goats are just cool. Goats are wild animals. I love watching their shenanigans. Lex, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here as well. Happy Thursday to you. A lot of followers today, y'all. Thank you. Hey, we're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, doing this, rocking and rolling, trying to start the day off right. So y'all, we got 5 minutes on the clock, and we're going to go ahead and do a writing sprint. So I'll be working on my novella. We're in the last chapter of it. We've been writing it for a couple weeks on stream here, but there it is, Thief of Honor. It's a gritty fantasy heist story with a little bit of magic sprinkled in. And hey, we're finishing it up today. Gonna be moving on to something new on Monday. But for now, there's the timer. Y'all, if you want to write along with me, please pick up a pen, turn to a blank page, open a word processor. For the next 5 minutes, let's put some words on page. And then at the end of it, we'll circle back around and do a little more Q&A. Y'all, I'm going to do a big sprint on this one. I'm going to really focus in because I'd like to hit my word goal on it. So let's see if we can get it. Also, it sounds interesting, Legion. I've not heard of that one. I know a lot of lit RPGs, but I've not heard of that one in particular. Oh, thank you, Drake. I appreciate that follow. We're in the middle of a writing sprint right now, but normally we do Q&A about books, writing, publishing, anything you got questions about. So you can drop them in chat now and I'll answer after, or you can hold it till the writing sprint's done and we'll talk about it then. Appreciate that, though. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Hope your Thursday's going well. All right, let me check the time. 56 seconds. All right, one more minute on this sprint. We're getting close. We're getting close. I don't know if we're going to hit the goal on this sprint, but we're getting there. All right, let's see. That's got to be the time, right? Okay, I am so close here. 80 words away. We're gonna put 2 minutes on the clock, and we're just gonna finish this off real quick, y'all. Let's get to the finish line. We got to get across that finish line. I really want to make it. There it is. Okay. Whew. Took a little bit extra to get to the finish line, but we got it, folks. 1,010 words for the day. Word goal achieved. Y'all, if you were sprinting along with me on that sprint, please let me know how it went for you. Little extra push there at the end, but we got it done. Orion, hey, welcome in, man. You said, is this your full-time job? It is, Orion. It is. I'm very lucky to get to do this. I've been writing as an author since 2018, and look, we're not making a fortune, not by any means, but we're making enough that we get to keep doing it, and maybe one day we will make a fortune. We'll see. But y'all, hey, we hit the word goal for the day, so got to put the celebration up there. Got to celebrate. We've done it another day. We didn't make it yesterday, so feels good to have actually done it today. So, woo! Congrats to that. JR, 400 words. All right, very nice. You started a bit before the sprint. That's all good. That's all good. Well done. Thanks for sprinting along with me. You're making good progress today. Ryan, you said good to hear. That's cool. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, these are my book ones. You can find them on Amazon. Ebook, audiobook, paperback, any format you like. Or you can go to authoralexknight.com and read about them. If you got any questions, anything looks interesting to you, please call it out. I'll talk to you about it. But y'all, we're celebrating the writing sprint right now. Little tag, 223 words. Well done. Hey, thank you for joining in. Julia, 264. Look at you go. Let's go, Julia. Well done, guys. Thank you for sprinting along. Oh, and other Adam, you said you're a slow writer. It takes you about 20 minutes to get 150 to 200 down. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Work at your own pace. That's what's most important. Writing is not about how many words you can do all at once or on a sprint. It's about how many words you can do consistently. it's a marathon. You got to be able to hit your word goal every day. That's why I do my 2,400 words a day. It's not the highest amount. It's just about a chapter a day. It's not a huge amount of words, but it's an amount of words that I can hit every day consistently. And if you do that, if you do 2,400 words a day, you finish a book in about 2 months. A little bit under, a month and a half, depending on how fast you're going. So it works out in the end. But folks, hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a great stream. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did. We'll be here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, doing the same thing, having good vibes, doing some writing on stream, answering questions about books, writing, publishing, author life, all that good stuff. And hey, tomorrow's going to be something special. We're going to do our first variety hour stream. We're going to make some fantasy maps live on stream. Come back tomorrow, folks. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited for it. We've never done anything like this, but I think it's going to be a good time. Tim Wagner says, horror book idea. Man uses AI to watch streamers and steal their stories before they can publish. Yeah, that would not be great. That would not be great. Legion says, this is a really cool concept and I may try this. It will help with my ADD. Hey, rock on, Legion. I'm glad to hear that. I hope it does help. You know, we got a lot of folks that are writing in here, creating, having a good time, and y'all, I'm just glad to be here with you. Thank you for tuning in every day. Do a little outro here. Y'all, we have a Discord community where the community hangs out when the stream's not live. There's the link to it. You can check it out there. We'd be happy to have you. Nope said, are my books a series? Well, thank you for asking, Nope. Let's see, some of them are. So, Warden, down here on the bottom right, is a trilogy. There's 2 more books in it, outside of the one shown there. Paragon, on the bottom left, is a 5-book series. 3 of those are published. The 4th one's written and with the audio narrator. And the 5th one I'll be writing on stream here, starting next week. The Far Wild at the top right and Rise to Glory, bottom middle, are standalones. And then Wriggly Little Hands and Servant of Rage in the top left. Those will have sequels, but we've just gotten Servant of Rage out. Wriggly Little Hands is coming out next, and then the sequels will follow. So yeah, I like to say these are my book ones. You can check out, these are the first books in all the series. And hey, you can find them on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, audiobook, any format you want. Or you can go to authoralexknight.com and read about them there. Or you can ask me here, and I'll tell you about them. But thanks for asking. And folks, hey, thanks for being here. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, doing the same thing, having a good time. For those that are just tuning in, I'm sorry you're tuning in right here at the end, but hey, same time, we'll be back tomorrow. Folks, I want to give a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, a very special thanks to community member Raffi the Engineer, who created our 5th background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Raffi made that on stream during our sprints and sent it to me to use on the stream. Raffi, that's incredible. Thank you so much. I appreciate it every time I hear it. Lastly, folks, if you enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow. I love to do this, and if you give me a follow, you'll know when I go live each day. And, you know, as I said, weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. We're going to be here having a good time. Folks, thank you very much for being here with me today. It's been great. I hope to see you next time. Hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, map stream. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, we'll see you then, folks. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. YouTube, if you're still here, which you are because I haven't ended the stream, have a good one as well. Thank you for being here. Catch you tomorrow.